everybody, it's Wednesday Night Warrior. I'm Spencer Howland. Man, this backdrop always changes. Now we got a bed that's like got these sheets on it and stuff. Things are changing. I don't even know what's over here. Oh, it's just blankets and stuff. So yeah, so we're constantly in this form of moving. I'm gonna get a backdrop and stuff like this. These videos are gonna get better. But I just wanted to quickly just kind of talk about the Pro Tour. Um, so a lot of things are being said, and including by me, by the way, about these chain wheeler decks. And I just want to be upfront about like why I have the opinion that I have, because it's not like the opinions that are being said about chain wheeler are wrong. So if we just look at the power rankings, the way that Constructed Criticism Podcast, the podcast that I do about Constructed, does power rankings. This week we gave 1 point for the 18 to 20 point decks, 2 points for the 21 to 20 something decks, and then 3 points to the best decks. So red black chain whirler got 69 points and mono red aggro got 37 points. So that's 106 points, right? So there were 4 goblin chain whirlers and 106 points. And if you look at the... So, to be fair, mono red did lose out to control decks. But control decks as a whole did... It's not even close, right? So if we look at the points that control decks got when we go into this podcast today, it's not only not close to first place. When you combined all chain whirler decks, control decks got 38 points, and that's only 1 point more than just mono red. So it's not even close. It's like green white it's like green white tokens numbers, where the deck is not even the deck, but just the card itself is so much better. I have a problem with bannings, because I believe that bannings are what is inherently wrong with Standard today. Is that somebody complained enough where there were wrong bannings. We had a 3-deck format with blue-white, green-black, and Marvel. And people complained so much that all 3 of those decks got banned. Then we had Felidar Guardian get banned. I believe that might have been rightfully so. Then we had 4 cards getting banned in Rogue Refiner, Attune with Ether, Felidar Guardian, and Ramanap Ruins. Or not Felidar Guardian, whatever the 3-mana dinosaur is. So here's my thing. I believe we would have another 3-deck format if they just unbanned Attune with Ether. This is a problem. Banning cards leads to more bannings because the best cards are banned in the other colors, the color pie gets messed up, and then we have problems. And I have always been anti-ban culture. There's a reason Standard rotates. There's a reason new cards come in. And we need to give Wizards of the Coast a chance to let those new cards impact a format. And instead, every time there's a big event, whether it's 2 GPs or a Pro Tour, we call for bannings. Let things work themselves out. It's so crazy to me. The truth is, if you go to your F&M, you're not going to play against 16 red-black decks, so stop complaining about it. The truth is that yes, if you go to an RPTQ or a PPTQ, you need to prepare for the best decks. That's not unreasonable for you. And I don't understand ban culture. I don't get it. Because you know what? I know that people have won PPTQs with Teamer Energy with 0 cards from the new set. I know I just won one with blue-white. Somebody else just won it with mono-red. Like, red-black is not a deck that needs to be banned. I know that people have won it with Snake. I know people, stop calling for bannings. It is not the solution to your problems, and I can't handle it anymore. I can't handle it. This is the most ranty video I've ever done. But the truth is that, let's just say we had Attune with Ether. How good does Sultai Energy get? How good does Green Red Pummeler get? How good do these decks get to? They get to fight these aggro decks on a different axes. But instead, there was so much call for banning that Wizards of the Coast went overboard. And now we had Grixis energy for months, and people were like, energy is a broken mechanic. What if they just banned Whirler to attack these Teamer decks? That probably would have been a solution. But the truth is that they were going to print Goblin Chain Whirler in the next set, and you didn't have to worry about it. Goblin Chain Whirler would have just attacked these Whirler tokens. They couldn't have activated because they were always going to be in fear of this Goblin Chain Whirler. But instead they banned all the cards that made these cards good. And now Goblin Chain Whirler gets to run rampant. And the truth is that ban culture every time we have an event is just wrong. It's wrong. Stop doing it. This happened because of Modern. Wizards of the Coast fell for the trap of these Modern players complaining in PTQs when Modern was an old school PTQ format. And now it's just a rabbit hole where all these players trickle down and complain about everything. Stop calling for bannings. There was an old podcast hosted by Joey Pascal and Big Head Joe. It was called Yo MTG Taps, and their phrase that they always said, excuse my French, was stop bitching, start brewing. And we need to get back to that. We need to stop calling for bannings, and we need to start taking it upon ourselves to attack a metagame and not be lazy. You know why people hate net deckers, which is the stupidest word in the world? It's because they don't innovate. What are you doing to be better than the deck that's the best deck, and how are you attacking it? Because that will lead to a format changing, not bans. If you're just going to play the best deck and then call for bans, then screw you. Forget you. You're not helping. You're not improving Magic. You're not getting better. You're just copying somebody else and trying to win games of Magic. And maybe this comes from a brewer's mentality. But I just won with blue-white, and people probably would have called me a net decker that day. But I did it because I thought I had a good matchup against blue-black, and I thought I had a good matchup against X and Y. And I don't know what to tell you other than, yeah, Chain Whirler was dominant. Probably the most dominant card we've ever seen at a Pro Tour. It was certainly more dominant than most of the cards that I've seen at a Pro Tour. It was certainly more dominant than, Mono Red or all these decks that have gotten banned recently. But you know what? That's because they abandoned a Tomb of Ether. Because they banned these cards that enabled other strategies. If you stopped calling for bans, this wouldn't have happened. I'm just yelling, guys. I'm just yelling. But this is how I feel. Leave a comment. Tell me why I'm wrong. But man, it would be sweet if Snake decks could play with Tomb of Ether and beat these red decks. It'd be sweet if these 3-color decks could exist. But instead, these red-black decks just have the best cards. They have the best mana. Because we've enabled that through ban culture. Because we've taken away from so many other things. Smuggler's Copter is a great example of this. I love it when people talk about how Smuggler's Copter went in every deck. But it also enabled different types of strategies. Think about the red-black sweetness that Smuggler Copter enabled, where it was enabling graveyard strategies. It got banned because it was played in blue-white and aggro. So what? So what? Why do you hate that the cards are played in multiple decks? Good cards are good. Let them exist. I'm losing my mind. Leave a comment. Let me know how I'm wrong. This is the Wednesday Night Warrior rant. I can't even talk. The Wednesday Night Warrior rant. But why ban culture is bad. Why I think we need to fix it. Let's get better together. Let's stop bitching and start brewing. I'll be the first to do it. See you guys all next week. Don't forget to check out puremtg.com, as well as Constructive Criticism, Limited Time Only, and Common Knowledge podcast about getting better at Magic the Gathering. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry this upsets me so much. Ban culture upsets me, man. I'll do it every event. This is my stance. This is how I feel. But I appreciate the people watching. I appreciate the people that come up to me at events and tell me how much they love these videos. And I'll keep doing them. I really appreciate it. So thank you, everybody, and we'll see you guys all next week.